Hello. Today we will be trying to understand the how HTTP works. Okay. HTTP is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol. Just a name given to it. It has nothing to do with hypertext and everything. Earlier, only difference it used to work on text. Text started with working on text, created known as hypertext. It works at application layer protocol at layer 7. It basically a request and response model. So when you let's assume a simple client and server communication, client is sending a request, for example, get user, okay, or request query HTML page. So this is nothing but a request sent to the server, and server based on the request will process the data and send a response. So this is a simple request and response model. Let's understand the HTTP 101. So the first HTTP which was released, which was just one network, one request, one TCP connection. The HTTP protocol is just a protocol that is built on top of TCP connection. So TCP is the one that is sending your data from one device to another device. So in HTTP 1.0, the one TCP, first a TCP connection needs to be established in order to send data. So when a TCP connection is established, only then we will be able to send the request. So with 1.0, the problem was with one single TCP connection, it is only one request. And immediately after that request is sent, it is been processed at the server, and the server sends the response, the connection is automatically closed. So every time you send the request to the server saying, for example, you want to visit a particular website and you request for the data. So then what happens is that every request, a new TCP connection is created, and the TCP connection is created, your request is sent, server is processing that and sending a response. Same thing is happening for all requests. Imagine you have a website and you have 10 images on that particular page that you want to render. So for every image rendering, a new TCP connection will be established and it will be closed once the image is received at the client end. That was a problem back in the old days. That was solved through HTTP 1.1. What we did is that since we requested multiple data from the server, so we came up with a came up with a feature of keep alive flag. What did the connection as keep alive? What it does is it keeps your connection alive. So when the first request goes to the server through TCP, the connection is kept alive. The TCP connection is not closed. The request is closed. Request response is closed, but the TCP connection is open. So in that way, what happens? You can send multiple requests on the same TCP connection. Try to understand it. First your TCP connection is made, then your HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol is nothing but a simple format which your client understands and your server understands. You can create your own protocol also. It's fine because client you are using your client, server is also your. So as long as both client and server understand the language, you can create your own protocol also. HTTP protocol is a standard protocol that is accepted by all the programming languages and all client and server applications. That is why it is used widely. Now coming back to HTTP 1.1. So in 1.1 we introduced a flag called keep alive connection which keeps the TCP connection on. Your request response is good, the TCP is on. Next what happens is because of that we can now send multiple requests on the same connection. So that problem was solved. So it reduced the overhead of waiting the time. Okay, waiting for multiple requests because we have like 10 images on the spot. So one request, one connection is closed. Then again create a new connection, then send a request. All this step by step process, it reduced, it got overhead. One problem with that approach is here, since it's on a single TCP connection, if you are sending multiple requests on one single TCP connection, if that TCP connection is blocked with one request, the other remaining four requests will be also be blocked because of that one request. So that the head of line problem was there still in 1.1. Okay. And for example, if you use Chrome is restricted to only six requests for a particular TCP connection in order to avoid overload on that particular server. So that is one. Second, in order to solve this problem of bottleneck, we came up with HTTP2 multiplexing. What do you mean by multiplexing? Multiplexing means you can send parallel requests. Okay, how many parallel requests that you can decide by? Setting max concurrent streams. This is a limit. You can send hundreds of concurrent requests to a particular server in order to get data. That can be anything like fetching for an image, fetching for a video, fetching for a text file, fetching for a JSON file, anything. It request can be anything because a single TCP connection. When you so when the main requirement of HTTP2 is use TLS, that it should be SSL certified. SSL certificate should be enabled in a HTTP server end. HTTP compression, header compression. Then you have added the header compression in the header. That is one more advantage. So the now headers are compressed, and it's much faster compared to HTTP 1 and 2, 1.2. Let me show you one example. Okay, I'll just share here. So you see, I'm just logged into this Times of India website. I just you have to go to network tab in order to see the protocols and the import API request. This page is requesting to render this page. I'll just refresh the page. So you see all these requests are going. These are HTTP2 protocol requests. Some of them are HTTP3. This is introduced in HTTP in 2022. So these are HTTP2. There might be some. I'm not sure if there are any. These are some older HTTP 1.1. So here you can see this particular flag which was introduced, keep alive connection, in order to make sure that one TCP can have multiple connections. So this was that flag, keep alive connection, keep alive. This was introduced. Okay, and then in HTTP2, that flag is there, but it's been ignored because HTTP2 you can send multiple concurrent requests. That flag is not required now. I'll give one more example. So here you can see this server. This server is in Apache. This is my CodeBuddy website. This server is in Apache. It's not yet configured to support HTTP2, so it's still supporting HTTP1 only. So here you can see keep alive flag. Okay, and these are all coming from the domain code.builder.in, which is not updated to HTTP support HTTP2 protocol. So all these websites you see, these are from the domain code.builder.com, and these are all using HTTP 1.1. So here this is the one, and HTTP3 is nothing but all are static CDN content. So for example, this is from gstatic.com for fetching the fonts. This is again open sans fetching font. This is from font.google APIs. So Google has already migrated to HTTP3 protocol. jQuery, this is also a static CDN. It is also migrated to HTTP3 protocol. So this keep alive flag is still here present, but it's been ignored on HTTP2 and HTTP3. Yeah, this is it. Thank you.